John Ulzheimer is known as one of our nation's most recognized credit experts. Having worked for 28 years in the credit industry, John has become one of the most prolific speakers about credit and the go-to authority on answers to credit-related questions. Credit Countdown with John Ulzheimer.
Hey there, this is John Ulzheimer. I'm a consumer credit expert. I've got almost 30 years of experience in the consumer credit industry. Spent time at both FICO, which is the company behind the FICO credit scoring system, and Equifax, which is one of the 3 generally recognized credit reporting agencies in the United States. And so today's question is specific to authorized users and credit scores. And the question is if the primary card holder has a great credit score, then will the authorized user benefit in any way from their great credit score? This is a really good question, and it actually has a variety of answers. And so I'm actually glad that this is one of the ones that we're going to be covering. When you're added as an authorized user on someone's credit card account, essentially the person who opened the card, which is referred to as the primary card holder, can add other people to the account and give them permissions to use it. That's called an authorized user because you are authorizing them to use the card. The authorized user in many cases gets a card with their name embossed on it and has full permissions to use the account, just like the primary card holder. And an authorized user is commonly used as a strategy to help people build credit or rebuild credit. That's how I built credit, some 35 plus years ago. So the question is the authorized user going to benefit from the primary card holder's great credit score? The answer is kind of, but not really, which is not really a good answer. So let me kind of unpack that a little bit. There's a lot of meat on that bone. Just because the primary card holder has a great credit score, let's say hypothetically they've got elite scores, 800 plus, that's not going to somehow bleed over onto the credit reports or credit scores of the people that are added as authorized users. So from that perspective, there is no connection or correlation between the two. However, there is a reason why people have elite level credit scores. The reason they have elite level credit scores is because they manage their credit properly, which means that they pay their bills on time, always, without exception. They maintain reasonable amounts of credit card debt, perhaps low or no credit card debt, or they pay their balances in full every month, or they don't have a lot of cards with balances. Regardless of how you want to phrase it, they do a good job of managing their credit card accounts. And if you can do those 2 things, pay your bills on time, manage your credit card accounts properly, that's like 2/3 of the points in your credit score. So straight away you're going to be earning a ton of the points that are allotted. And if you're doing that, then you're very likely going to have really good stuff on your credit reports, including credit card accounts. And so to the extent that you have been added as an authorized user on a credit card that belongs to a consumer who A, knows how to manage it properly, and then B, does so, then there's really no reason why your credit score is not going to benefit from how well they have been managing their credit card accounts and therefore are earning great credit scores themselves. Look, I realize this is kind of a disjointed connection between the two, but there really is a connection. If you have a consumer who has, and this cuts both ways, if you have a consumer who has poor credit scores, there's a reason why they have poor credit. You don't accidentally have a bad credit score. You have earned a bad credit score by not making your payments on time, by having tons of credit card debt, by doing all the things that you're not supposed to be doing. And unfortunately, credit scoring systems are punishing you as a result. And so you don't ever want to be added on a credit card account as an auth user where payments have been missed, the credit limit is really low, the balance is really high, the account is really, really new. So these are all the things that, if you kind of take them in totality, you really have kind of an adverse impact on credit scores and really are going to set you behind if you're trying to build or rebuild a credit report and a credit score. So while there's no direct correlation, there is absolutely an indirect relationship between the credit score of the primary card holder and then the authorized users. But the authorized user, you have to be smart. Before you start getting your name associated with accounts as an authorized user, you need to make sure that the primary cardholder knows how to manage the credit cards properly, because remember, your credit score is going to be affected by how they are managing the account, whether or not they're making the payments, how much debt they're racking up on the card. That's completely out of your control. So you need to make sure that you're associating yourself with someone who knows how to manage credit. And of course, the best way to do it is the same way that every bank in this country does it. Look at their credit scores to the extent that you have access to them. So that's the relationship. Not direct, but absolutely there is a relationship. If you have any other questions about this, then drop them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get to them. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk again soon.
For more videos and credit tips from John Ulzheimer, go to www.tradelinesupply.com.